Hey girlies, welcome back to another nesting video. So in today's video, I am finally tackling my closet. Now that I am 25 weeks pregnant, I probably can't fit into about 75% of the clothing here. So something must be done. I'm going to be removing the items that do not fit me so that way I can store them away for postpartum or later on whenever they do fit me. And I'm going to see what I no longer need. If you are currently pregnant and going through this same situation, I really hope that this video will be helpful to you because I really didn't know where to start, and that's what took me so long to finally get started. So step number one is to clear a space to put all of the items. That's the Marie Kondo way. You're supposed to remove everything from the space and take a look at everything that you have. So that's what I'm doing here. I was going to start in my bedroom, and then I quickly realized I probably have too many clothes to put on my bed. So I moved this party into the living room, and as you can see here, these piles just get bigger and bigger and more overwhelming. I've actually been decluttering my closet this way since I was a teenager, and honestly, this is the best way to do it. You just pull everything out, see what you have multiples of, or things that don't fit you, or things you no longer need or want. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm making a bunch of different categories, and categories are going to be based on you and your needs. So for instance, I'm making a crop top category or a crop top little section because during this pregnancy and postpartum, I'm not interested in looking like Winnie the Pooh. So I'm going to store crop tops away for maybe my hot mom future. But for now, they're leaving my closet, and I'm not going to feel bad about my body during this pregnancy or postpartum because I'm growing a whole life and I need to give myself grace. And I've gotten so much better about that over the years. I'm so thankful for that. So as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff going on here, but it makes sense to me, and that's all that matters. So I have different categories like dresses, rompers, long sleeve tank tops, short sleeve jackets, robes, sleepwear, loungewear, and gym wear. So as you can see, there are like boxes of things that I put in there, I think to donate, and I just forgot about it, but I wasn't really sure what all could be in there. So we're going to go through that today as well. I absolutely love this little rolling rack that I got from Amazon a while back. If you watch my YouTube videos, you've probably seen it in a try on haul, but it came in so handy for this because I was able to put each category on the rack and see what I have kind of spread out. I got a little overwhelmed there. It's all right. We're moving forward, moving on. So I'm just going through all of my dresses here and going through sizing. I would try on everything, but honestly, that would exhaust me too fast, and then I wouldn't get as much done. So I did try on some things in this video. As you'll see, I'll put on a robe at some point, and that's because I've been trying clothes on. But I'm just going through and looking, and like the items I know don't fit me, don't fit the bump. They're going to be stored away, donated, I'm doing something with them. So I'm just kind of putting them to the side for now. And I will show you how I am storing these items at the end, so stay tuned for that. So anything that is a size small, I'm just removing from the rack because I am not a size small right now. I am also going to remove my like super winter items from my closet as well because it's spring. But if you live in Texas like me, you know that the weather changes from minute to minute, quite literally. So I've been keeping my winter gear in my closet just in case. But now that it's almost April, I think I'm safe to just leave some sweaters and like lightweight jackets because when the heat wave comes, it's not leaving until possibly January. So I think I'm good. While we're going through our dresses together, I want to have a little body chat with you since we're on the subject of clothes. So it has taken me almost 30 years to be completely okay with my body. And let me explain that. So I was diagnosed with PCOS when I was 15 years old. I didn't know why I couldn't lose weight like everyone else. They put me on a bunch of different birth control pills that made me gain weight. And I was super self-conscious about myself. So I struggled with eating disorders. I struggled with body dysmorphia. It didn't really matter how much weight I lost. I always felt like I was not good enough. And during my journey through pregnancy, I was a very happy pregnant person because I struggled with infertility. So I just felt so incredibly blessed to be able to have a baby anyway. I got very big in my pregnancy. I had edema that was awful. If you want to watch my birth story, I can link it in the video description so you can kind of understand why. But I was a totally different size than I've ever been in my whole entire life because I was so swollen. During that time, I didn't feel unworthy. I didn't feel bad about my body at all for once in my whole entire life. And I was big and swollen and waddled everywhere. And I was so happy, y'all. I went 2 weeks over my due date. And of course, I was getting like antsy and everything else. I was worried because I was like, why isn't she coming? And there's more that goes into that. But I was very large, but I was very happy. The happiest I'd ever been in my whole life. As soon as I had my daughter, my whole perspective of women's bodies totally changed. Because we are made for so much more. We aren't just something to look at. And just because you are thin doesn't mean you are healthy. I was healthy. I ate really, really well, especially whenever I was breastfeeding. And a lot of people say, oh, if you breastfeed, the weight will just fall right off. Don't listen to that. Don't expect that. Your body very well could stay the same for a while. Your body could bounce back instantly. I wasn't that lucky, but honestly, I didn't care about any of that at all. I had a whole human to raise that I was responsible for, and suddenly my life became so much less about me and what I thought about myself, and so much more about my daughter and what I wanted her to think about herself. So from that day forward, I decided that if I was going to say anything negative to myself, pretend like it was my daughter. Would I be happy if she was saying something like that to herself? Because I am her example. If every time she takes a picture of me and I'm not presentable, I say, oh, don't take my picture because I don't look good. I don't have my makeup on. You can see my fat rolls. If I start saying all of these negative things about myself, is that going to make her feel negatively about herself? Absolutely. And I don't want that. She's so much better than that. She is so much more than what she looks like. And so am I. And so are you. I never know where these voiceovers are going to lead me, but I always am so grateful for where they do, because not only did I need to talk about this, I feel like some of you needed to hear it too, because as women, we judge ourselves so much. I mean, honestly, how could we not? It's constantly being shoved in our faces. New beauty routines, new things to fix your acne, new things to fix your wrinkles. You take this pill to lose weight, drink this tea, here's this diet. It's overwhelming, and life is not supposed to be that way. Now, don't get my words twisted. I'm not saying go and eat fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and gain a lot of weight and you'll be happy, because you'll be happy no matter what. You need to nourish your body like you nourish your mind as well. So yeah, you need to eat the whole foods. You need to eat your vegetables. You need to consume things that you know are good for your body. And if you're not sure, then you need to research it. I didn't grow up with the right mindset of food. I didn't really think of food as fuel. I just thought, it's breakfast, it's lunch, it's dinner, and it all has to taste good. But really, food is so much more than just something that tastes good. It's medicine, it's fuel. It can heal your body if you eat the right things. And I'm just saying this because I did it myself. So with my PCOS and my hormone imbalance, I had some serious issues. I started with it was called the military diet. That was the first diet I ever did. And it was so low calorie and restrictive. And honestly, I think that diet ended up causing so many different eating disorders for people, but that's where it kind of started for me. And then I started learning a little bit about nutrition and reading labels. Then from there, I tried keto. I was in the gym 2 times a day for hours at a time, lifting weights, doing some super cardio, just trying to figure out what works with my body. And there wasn't all of this information that there is now. There's not TikTok where you get 30 seconds of information that took somebody 5 years to figure out. It was definitely a trial and error type of thing, and it helped me grow in so many ways. So from there, I went vegan, which actually really limited my food groups and everything that I thought I knew about food. I'm so glad that I did that for my health, because doing that, I learned so much more about ingredients. I learned that you could supplement a lot of different things with healthier alternatives, that there are so many different vegetables and fruits out there that I had never even tried or thought about trying. I know that food helped me completely heal my body in so many different ways. I was actually diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis before I started all of these different life changes, and the doctor prescribed me so many medications, painkillers, just all kinds of different things. They would make my ears ring, they would make my stomach hurt, and I just decided I had had enough. Around that time, I was also going through infertility, and I just couldn't figure out what was going on with my body. My body was like fighting for its life at that point, and I really had no idea what was going on until I started making these changes. And whenever I did, I got in the best shape of my life. I was feeling great, and I finally got pregnant with my baby girl. And God is so funny. He is so funny, because I really feel like that time that it took me to figure out food, going through that infertility process, learning about nutrition, learning how to read labels. I have a daughter with a severe peanut allergy. And whenever she was a baby, she also had a bad egg allergy and milk allergy. I had background in that. I was vegan, so I knew what to replace things for her. I didn't have to start from scratch. I had already known. There's no one in my family with any of those allergies, but I had a daughter with those allergies. Isn't that crazy? It just goes to show you that God really knows what he's doing in your life, and you really should just trust him, because at the time I was so angry because I was going through infertility, but I think he was preparing me for my daughter. Anyways, I never know where these voiceovers are going to lead me, but I'm so glad it took me here today. But back to what we are doing. Are you still cleaning out your closet, girl? I hope so. I hope so, because we're doing this together. So I just got out some space savers. I got these on Amazon too. Anything that I talked about today, I will link in the video description for you if you're interested. And I do make a very, very small commission off of your purchases, so I'd really appreciate it if you did use it. If you don't, whatever, I'm glad I could help you out. But I'm just filling up these space savers with different things that no longer fit me that I am going to keep. So right there, it's just going to be like shorts. I'm probably not going to see these bad boys for until next year. Maybe. We'll see. This was my first time using space savers, and oh my gosh, why didn't I do this sooner? This really did save so much space in my closet. I just used all of these bags, all 6 of them. I didn't think I was going to use all of them, but I did. So I put shorts in one, crop tops in one, my winter gear because it's not really winter here anymore. I had one for like pants, one for small items, and one for gym clothes that didn't fit me anymore. This was actually so fun and satisfying to do too. And I don't know why I thought they were going to be super light because they were so shrunk down, but they were pretty heavy. So I just stacked all of these in the top of my closet, and I'm definitely going to reuse these for whenever I'm out of the next season of clothes. So that way I don't have a ton of clothes in my closet. So like my winter gear, I'm going to keep in the top of my closet when it's summer, and switch it out as I need to. But I love that these are reusable too, so I feel like I really get my money's worth. And I didn't think that I'd be able to use my vacuum with it because the head isn't circular like this little knob thing is on this, but it worked out just fine. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing the commercials for these like in the 2000s and being like, wow, that's so cool. And it'd be like $29.95 for one bag or whatever. Do y'all remember those commercials? Anyways, so one day I decided I was going to clean out my closet. This was months ago, by the way. And so me and Luxie went to Walmart because I was looking for these space savers, and they were so much more expensive in the store, and they were off-brand. They weren't the actual space saver. So while I was in the store, I Googled, and they had bad reviews. And then when I looked on Amazon, these were actually cheaper. And I would recommend getting the large size and not do anything smaller than that unless you're wanting to put up like a sweater or something. I don't know, but I really like the large size. I feel like it's pretty functional for a lot of things. So now we're back in the closet and I'm going through bags. I had a lot of bags. All those on the floor are what I'm getting rid of, and these are what I'm going to keep. Minimal is optimal these days. So those are all of the space savers in the top of my closet. I'm emptying out all of my drawers full of swimsuits and underwear and, all that jazz and going through. And this is the final product. I got rid of so much stuff. I also stored so much stuff, and it is so much nicer in here, you guys. Like, cleaning out your closet, you don't really realize, but you get dressed every day. So you want your space to be nice where you can find things, and it's just fabulous now. I'm a happy camper. I will get to the rest of my closet at some point. You see where all that little junk situation is, but it's not that big of a deal. I can handle that in like an hour. So I'll get to it when I can, but thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on my next nesting series. Bye!